Well, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and I am a Seattle-based flight attendant. I love taking you guys on my trips with me. Today we are starting a 3-day block of reserve. Yes, I am back on reserve this month and that has been quite the challenge. It's a little after 9 a.m. I commuted in from Austin this morning. I landed at like 8:11, I think, but by the time I get off the plane and take the train from the end gates over to the main terminal, wait for the shuttle and get on the employee shuttle and get my car, it takes quite a bit of time. I immediately drove over to Seward Park. That is my favorite park. I come here every time that I can. I'm pretty sore, but I think I'm going to go get a nice little walk in. I don't think I'm going to do any running. I did run on the treadmill with Damon last night before I left, and my knee is kind of bugging me a little bit still. But I definitely want to stretch my legs, and then I will go to the gym. I did get a membership at 24 Hour Fitness in Austin, and I got the national membership so that I can go to any location, specifically so that I can go to the gym on days like this where I don't work until 5:30 p.m. I have been super sick the last 3 weeks, pretty much since I moved to Austin. I got sick after my first trip commuting out of Austin, got a little bit of like a sore throat and head cold. It went away, and then I was good for like maybe a week, and then I pretty much I got super sick, like to the point of almost like bronchitis, it felt like. So I have kind of been down and out. I did work last week, but I was not feeling well at all, and I ended up calling out sick the last couple days just to recover. I had some ear pain, and you're not supposed to fly if you have like a sinus infection because you can burst your eardrum because of the pressure. So I wanted to make sure that my ear was all good to go, that I was good enough to be serving passengers and flying around all day. I am back to it. So today I'm starting a 3-day reserve block. They schedule me from 5:30 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. tonight. I don't know where I'm going to sleep, if I'm going to have to sleep in the crew room again. I did have to sleep in the crew room last week, and I did not sleep well at all. I think that's part of the reason I got so sick, is just like the lack of sleep. So I am trying to figure that out, if I am going to stay at a friend's house or if they're going to use me to fly. I do think I'm next on the list to fly today. Prayerfully, I will get called to fly and be able to go somewhere and get a hotel tonight. I am going to throw on my running shoes, and we're going to go do 2 to 4 miles, and then we'll probably head to the gym after that. So let's get going. My friends, I went for a nice little 4-mile walk. It kind of took my time with it. It took me a little over an hour, and just listened to some podcasts, which was really good. It felt good to move my body and just stretch my legs for a little bit. And then I came back to my car, ate a little bit of food. I just had leftover pizza, so that was quick and easy, and something that was on top of my lunchbox. So that was my breakfast, early lunch. On the Word, I have been doing really good. Like, I think I've shared on my vlogs before that Damon and I do Bible study every single Wednesday. We are doing like this devotional. It's like a 52-week devotional specifically for couples who are recently married or looking to get married or are married and just want to kind of dig deeper. But we've been really enjoying that, but I've been really struggling with getting in the Word every single day and just opening my Bible for myself. I'm just being open and honest on here, as I always want my channel to be real and raw, and I want to be vulnerable with you guys. I just feel like I'll go a few days of doing really good, and then I'll go like a week without even opening it once. I pack it with me. I pack a journal with me as well. Really wanted to get better and make it a priority to spend time with the Lord every day, because yeah, it's great to do Bible study with my boyfriend, but if I'm not feeding myself, if I'm not nurturing my own personal relationship with God, then my relationship with Damon is only going to go so far if I'm not pouring into myself and my own relationship with him first, if that makes sense. It just fills up my cup so that I can love people better and have more grace and understanding for people, especially in my job. I wouldn't be able to be as patient and loving if it wasn't for the Lord in my life, to be completely honest. So I did that, and then I actually crawled in my back seat and just like closed my eyes for, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes, just resting, because you know, I traveled early this morning and I'm tired. It's like 60s, but in Austin, literally yesterday it was like 92. And so it's been in the 90s there, and then I come here and it's like high 50s, low 60s, and it's cold and cloudy. I'm like freezing. But we're gonna go head to the gym. I think I decided I'm gonna do like an active recovery day. I'm gonna work on maybe some calisthenic movements, and yeah, just like do some good stretching, more rolling out, maybe some core, some abs, and kind of just go from there. And then my plan is to shower there. They have showers, so I brought like a towel and shower shoes and all of that, and I'll do my makeup and my hair and get in my uniform. And I'll probably just make my way toward the airport. I don't really have anywhere else that I need to go. It's just about 1 o'clock and my shift is at 5:30, my airport standby shift. So unless they call me sooner than that, but the drive to the gym is about 30 minutes from here. I'm kind of far from the airport. I'm back kind of by where I used to live when I lived here, by my old apartment complex. So I'm gonna head back that way. It'll take me about 30 minutes to get there, and then we'll kind of just go from there. But that's my game plan. It's about 6 o'clock. I just set up in a little corner of the D gates that are kind of tend to be quieter about this time of day. I have been on my shift for about 25 minutes. I just set up in the back corner. I got a little strawberry refresher. Just pulled out my iPad and my notes. I'm gonna watch some YouTube and take some notes on some things that I've been wanting to learn, some topics that I've been wanting to learn. And we'll see if I get called. I'm here until 10:30, and if they don't use me, then I'm gonna end up just spending the night in the crew room again, and I'll take you guys with me for that. That'll be an adventure, because sometimes other people also stay in the crew rooms, and there's only 2 beds and a few recliners, so we'll see what happens with that. But that's my game plan for now. I'm just gonna enjoy the sun on my face. I'm gonna drink my drink and take some notes. I moved locations. I have 1 hour left of airport standby and I still have not been called, so it looks like we're probably going to be sleeping here tonight, but I'm still just taking notes and watching my YouTube video, and we're just gonna hang out for the next hour or so. Alright, we're gonna head to the crew room now and go get ready for bed. It is gloomy. I texted Damon this morning. He's at work. He's 2 hours ahead, so it's not so early in the morning. It's like 9 o'clock here, but he's at work and he's like, I'm drenched in sweat. It's so hot. And I'm like, I'm freezing here. It's cloudy and gloomy and raining. And so he's like, enjoy it. And I'm like, I want to come back to the sun. So it's really funny. But As you guys could see, slept in the crew room. I got a little bit of sleep. I had the room to myself until like this morning. Someone else came in and slept on the other bed, which is kind of like the weird part. Oh, hold on, it's gonna be loud because there's a plane going by. Frontier. But anyway, what I was saying is that I slept in the crew room, and it's just kind of weird because it's just an open room with multiple beds and recliners, which I showed you guys a clip of. So you never know who's gonna walk in. Like, anybody could come sleep there if they needed to, and I know other flight attendants who also commute who don't have crash pads, and they'll stay the night too. So I definitely felt a little bit more comfortable this time because it was my second time doing it. I did have to do it last week, and I did not sleep like at all because it was just a new environment. It's super loud, people walking in and out of the room. But I was able to get one of the beds this time instead of the recliner, so it's like a mini pull-out couch. If you guys could tell, I'm not sure, but I brought my own pillow and blanket, and I just put my hoodie on. I do bring my Beats headphones because they're pretty noise canceling, excuse me, which is really nice, but it's just kind of uncomfortable to have the whole night. So I actually slept without my headphones on until this morning when I heard people kind of start, I think around like 5 a.m. Some of the morning crews will come in and have a little bit of a sit, and they'll eat their breakfast and hang out. And so I was kind of like hearing a bunch of noise. So I did put on my headphones this morning at that point, and I just put on brown noise on Spotify, and it actually helps drown out so much. So I did get a little bit of sleep. I'm feeling a little bit run down. I was starting to feel like I was recovering from like my head cold cough yesterday, and today I'm feeling it kind of in my chest again, which is unfortunate, but I think it just goes with not sleeping in a comfy bed and, you know, just being in a different environment. So I'm grateful that I had somewhere to lay my head. I didn't have to sleep in my car. It's freezing outside, and I didn't have to sleep out on the ground in the airport. So I'm really grateful to have like a small bed, somewhere to rest my eyes for a little bit. I did make some oatmeal and some liquid IV this morning for my breakfast. I watched an episode of How I Met Your Mother while I ate and just kind of chilled. I did brush my teeth and wash my face. I didn't do my makeup or anything like that, but I just got dressed in a sweater and jeans and sweatshirt, and because it's so cozy and like fall is here, I'm gonna go to a Starbucks that's kind of by the 24-hour fitness, which I'll go to later, but I do not feel like moving my body, so I am going to just go set up there. I was watching a podcast last night. It's Chris Williamson and Alex Hermosi, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a 3-hour podcast session, taking notes and like pausing it along the way and like re-listening to things. It's so good. It's filled with so many nuggets. So I'm gonna go post up at Starbucks, get a nice little warm cozy fall drink. No, I'm not gonna get a pumpkin spice latte, but I'm gonna get something else. I'm not sure yet, so we'll go take a look there. We'll set up there for like an hour or two maybe, and then once it warms up we might go for a walk, or I might just walk on the treadmill because it is really cold and I did not pack warm enough. I will tell you guys that right now. The shift is at 5:30 to 10:30 p.m. again tonight, same exact airport standby. So we'll see if they use me. They could call me. I'm on call starting at 10 a.m. so they could call me and ask me to come to the airport sooner than that if they needed me to. So I have all of my bags. I did leave my lunchbox in the crew room just so it can stay in the fridge and my food can stay fresh because it's a long time to just sit out. But I packed a couple of my snacks out of there, and yeah, we're just gonna go post up at Starbucks. So I feel like I've been talking a lot and rambling. Let's go. I just made it to the 24-hour fitness. I am in the parking lot. I packed my bag in the parking lot of Starbucks. Just got because I'm just kind of in regular clothes. So it's funny because I packed my workout outfit, and then I also packed my work outfit, my uniform that I'm gonna wear, because I'll probably just go back to the airport after this. It's 1 o'clock here, so I know I'm gonna get hungry soon, so I'll just head back to the airport early. I don't have a problem with that. I'm really glad that I got to just get out for a little bit. I'm just feeling really motivated and encouraged by the podcast that I've been listening to. I've taken so much notes and I really want to share with you guys. So maybe after the gym, I'll take some time to break out my notebook and just kind of share some of the things that I've learned because there's such good nuggets. I'm also going to link the podcast that I watched in my description box between Alex Hermosi and Chris Williamson. It's on Chris Williamson's Modern Wisdom podcast channel. And so I'll link the YouTube video below. Really enjoyed it and I would love to share. I think they're great pieces of advice and just kind of help us get out of our own head with our dreams and our visions and our goals. And so I want to make sure that I am providing value on my channel. I love sharing my journey, but this is what I like to do on my days off, is to grow and to be a better version of myself every single day. So that's why we're here at the gym, even though I'm tired and I slept on a little baby couch in a random place in the airport. And it's why I went and set up in Starbucks and was taking notes, because it's important to me to continue to grow my knowledge and to just pour into myself so that I can be a better human being and pour into other people as well. So we're gonna go get this workout in. I'm gonna do my cardio and a leg day, I think. I kind of saw some of the equipment yesterday, was kind of like an active recovery day, so I didn't do a full workout. And I was just kind of feeling funny in this space because I've never been to this gym. I literally just like showed up and started moving. I'm gonna go get familiar with some of the equipment, get changed, and then I'll use the showers here again. It is nice to have access to a shower, so I'm feeling so very grateful for this gym membership. It's been a great addition to my commuting journey and life, so let's get after it. My beautiful people, I just pulled up to the employee lot. We had a good workout. I showered, did my hair and makeup, and took my uniform in this time. And I could see the buses here. I'm about an hour early, but I'm super hungry, so I'm gonna go get my food out of the crew room and just be at the airport a little bit early today. I am sitting in the quiet room in the crew room. It just has a few recliners, and this one came down here because I was feeling sleepy and I didn't want to be upstairs anymore. Still have one more hour that they could use me tonight, and if not, I'm sleeping in here again. So guys, I was sitting down in the room and I just got a call from crew scheduling to help board a flight. I did grab all of my stuff, and as I was grabbing it, a captain who's also on reserve just got called to go over. It's a flight to Idaho Falls. I don't know if I'm working it or just boarding it. Hopefully working it. It's about 9 o'clock, almost 9, and I grabbed my stuff. I got up about an hour ago, washed my face, brushed my teeth, changed. I made some oatmeal and a liquid IV in the crew room, and then I just hung out and kind of watched Netflix. I let my phone charge because I didn't charge any of my devices last night, so I had to try to charge my watch and my work phone and my phone. And I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I am on call today from 10 a.m. till midnight basically, and they haven't scheduled me. I'm not even scheduled for airport standby to sit around. So technically it's just at home reserve until they need me, but I don't really have a home here, so I'm hanging out at the airport. I decided I'm gonna go back to that Starbucks and just to get out of the airport again, to make my way to the crew shuttle and go get my car, and then we'll kind of go from there. We have been in Starbucks pretty much for like the last few hours, like all morning so far. It is 2:30 p.m. I have still not been called by crew scheduling. I don't know if I will be. I am on call until 11:59 p.m. technically. I'm in front of the 24-hour fitness. I'm just waiting. I think Damon's about to be off work and I have not talked to him all day today, so I am waiting till he calls me so I can say hi to him, and then I think I'm gonna go in and just stretch and walk on the treadmill. It's my rest day today, but I needed to get out of Starbucks just for a change of environment, and I don't want to go back to the airport just yet because it's way too early. There is a flight back to Austin at 5:43, and then there's one at 10:23 p.m., which is the one I usually take, like the red eye back home. But technically, I'm on call until midnight, so I'm gonna have to call crew scheduling and see if they will release me early. We are able to request that. I've only requested it once before when I was trying to catch a flight to Maui a few months ago when Damon still lived there, and they told me no, so I didn't make that flight, and then I didn't get used. I had to go a few hours later, so I'm hoping that it's because it's my last day. If I ask to be released from duty early, that they will say it's okay. They might not do it for the 5 o'clock. I just figured, hey, why not ask, because they have other people on reserve today and it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on if I haven't been scheduled yet. And at this point, I just want to go home. I've just been kind of hanging out. I've been very, very productive while I've been here, but I'm like, I literally could have done all of this at home instead of sleeping in the airport for the last few days. But that's how it goes. I think it's going to be so funny if I vlogged this whole thing and didn't even do any flying other than my commuting flights. You know, like I didn't work any flights. It's gonna be so funny. Like literally my job is to fly and I didn't do any flying. That's how it goes on reserve. I figured while I wait for Damon, I just wanted to show you guys some of the notes that I took. I know I said that I was going to share with you some quotes that I really enjoyed from the Chris Williamson and Alex Hermosi podcast. I hope you guys can hear me. My windows are down a little bit. I tried using that microphone in the opening of my vlog. You guys can tell the sound was like really muffled, so I think I do have to hold it close to my mouth if I'm going to use it. I can't just have it clipped on my clothes, but I think I just need to get better, invest in like nicer microphones. It was just kind of a very beginner basic one off Amazon. So anyway, let me share some of the notes that I really enjoyed. I took so many notes, but basically it's about setting goals. One thing they talked about is there are so many people working so hard and achieving so little. I think like so many people can attest to this because we live in such a hustle culture where we try to stay busy, but busy doesn't necessarily equal productivity, if that makes sense. We can have a very busy life or schedule in our day and still not get a lot done. And so I think just being intentional about setting our goals and time blocking our day so that we are actually getting the things done that we need and not feeling like we worked so hard for 12 to 14 hours during the day and then you come home exhausted and you're laying in bed at night like, what did I actually accomplish? Nothing. Like, not enough or whatever. Learning how to achieve your goals, not just work hard and be busy in life. I really like that. Another quote they talked about is the magic that you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So that kind of ties into like we're really good at distracting ourselves with staying busy in our schedules, but not necessarily doing the work that we know we need to do to get us where we want to go, if that makes sense. More times that we do what is required to get what we want. For me, I know what needs to be done. If I want to lose weight in the gym or if I want to build muscle in the gym, I know what needs to be done. I need to be on a consistent lifting program. I need to be on top of my nutrition and diet, making sure that I'm hitting my protein goals and getting enough sleep. Those are important things to reach my goals. Actually executing them is a different story. So if I focus, for example, if I'm like, I really want to build muscle and I know the things that I need to do, but I'm not doing them, like I'm missing out. Like the magic that I'm looking for, the body that I'm looking for, the strength and the health and the feelings of feeling fit and happy and confident in my body, missing out on that by not doing the work that I know that needs to be done. This is really good also. So they were talking about reframing our thoughts, and this is so good. When something bad happens, reframe your thought instead of like, oh, this is so bad, I'm never going to get out of this, and that negativity that we get ourselves in, which don't get me wrong, like bad things happen, like terrible things happen, but I challenge you, and I'm going to challenge myself to this, to ask, what would it take for this to be amazing? So for example, if you're going through a divorce, like, yeah, that really sucks. Ask yourself, what would it take for this to be amazing? And immediately turn it into a positive. What can I get from this that can turn my life around? Maybe it's time freedom. Maybe it's you can focus on your health. Maybe it gives you more time to travel the world because your partner didn't want to and that's a really big dream of yours. Like putting yourself first, like find a way to turn it positive. So if something happens throughout your day, you break your leg, what would it take for this to be amazing? and focus on that and go after that. I really, really like that advice. Let me see if I have one more to share. Kind of going on that, if like bad things happen, is now is not forever. This isn't the way it's always going to be. If you are going through a challenging season in your life, are going through a hardship, if you are grieving the loss of a loved one, if you're going through a breakup, if you are sick or struggling with your health, just remember, like, this is not how it's always going to be. You're not stuck in this for the rest of your life. It's just a season. And I think, again, in that season, saying, what would it take for this to be amazing? And focusing on that is huge. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about as well is taking ownership for your life. Like, you might have been dealt a bad hand in life or gone through some horrendous things that other people have not had to go through and won't understand you. But I think taking responsibility for your life and for the things you want to change is super important. So something that they said, I think Alex said, was the things that I don't like about me and that I don't like about my life are my responsibility because I can change it. Like, while you can't change what happened to you, you can't change how other people treat you, you can't change how they react to you, you can't change those circumstances, you can't change other people, but you can change you. So if something happened to you, again, instead of, oh my gosh, I broke my leg, my life is over, this dream that I wanted, it's over. Like, what would it take for this to be amazing? Because I am in control of my life. And that one was really big for me. If you're not happy with the way things are, then change it. And if your mind automatically will come up with excuses, well, I don't have the time for that, or I don't have the money, or I don't have the resources, or yada, yada, yada. If you say that, then you're right. Like, you'll never get it done. If you say I don't have the time for that, you're right. If you're not gonna make the time, you won't have the time. It's the harsh reality. But it's such a good wake-up call. For me, at least, like, sometimes I let my fears and I let my thoughts, which are just thoughts, nothing more than thoughts, I let my thoughts control my days, my decisions. Like, oh, you're right, like, that is too hard for me, or oh, I can't put myself through that. And something that I heard on another podcast, I actually might have been Layla Hermosi, which is Alex's wife. She said, thoughts are just thoughts. Our brains are designed to help us survive, not to help us succeed. And I thought that was really important. Like, that is so important to remember when you have thoughts. Like, filter your thoughts, really think about them when you're making a decision, because more often than not, your brain is going to stop you because of survival instincts, but it doesn't take into account you are capable of doing so much more than you think you can. So that's my challenge. Those are the little tidbits. Again, I will link the video down below in my description so that you guys can go watch that whole thing. I think it was absolutely full of so much fruit. I don't agree with every single thing that they said, just because I come from a biblical perspective in life, and I think Alex is a very transactional human being. He thinks very operationally, and like, I don't think he has a personal relationship with the Lord. So there's a few differences, but for the most part, like, I really like his thought process and the way that him and Chris break things down that make sense and also challenge us. So that's what I got. I will talk to you guys later and let you know if I end up flying. I just sprinted to the gate. I got a seat. I think I'm the last one on. They're about to close the doors. But crew scheduling released me early and I get to go home, guys.